Welcome to another week. In this case, the championship of uh, SCL. We got two good matches for you. We're going to be starting off with a bronze match between Sauerkraut and Gabrio. I'm here with Crazy Kaylee
Yo yo.
and Wrestler as our host, as always. Or not
Uh,
as always, but
well, not always, but thank you for coming.
shout outs to a host who's willing to stay up this late. I know you're EU. Thank you to any EU people who are watching. We got two matches for you. Wrestler, I believe you're aware of the second one. Who was your opponent?
It's a lad called Martini. I heard they're pretty good. We'll see how I do
Pretty
against them.
decent.
Yeah, pretty decent, as the kids call it. But I think we're
And
starting with Gabrio and Sauerkraut first.
we're starting off with Sauerkraut Gabriel. Just to give you guys a bit of context here, this is going to be the SCL 7 Bronze Promotion match. Sauerkraut has been running through the ranks, been going through. If he promotes through this, I do believe he goes to Silver. Gabrio and Sauerkraut have previously played both in this division, as is the way the divisions work, but also in the last division after a few drops. Uh, Sauerkraut won that particular match. Gabrio got auto promoted due to a drop, and now they face again. I would consider the Sauerkraut the soft favorite, but any thoughts, Kaylee?
It's an interesting set of picks and bans. Ban balcony, that's not the most uncommon thing in the world. Ban redwoods, also not the most uncommon thing in the world. But I would actually usually expect someone who wants to ban redwoods and restrict pub to do the opposite. So I find it interesting picks by Gabrio, but nothing too surprising, nothing too out of the ordinary in terms of the picks and bans, I would say.
Yeah. We're going to be starting off with double Tan and double Courtyard. Probably, at least for like being considered two 4 of 8 maps, about as different as they comes.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so a lot of cover into none at all. Let's just get this started. We were delayed. May as well just get some gameplay on screen. Sauerkraut is going to be starting us with pearls. If you guys are ready,
Sure are.
let's do it. In three, two, one, playing it.
Good
Interested to
old
see,
Tan.
yeah, how we start this bug.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So Sauerkraut was doing this recently. We saw him in the SMC where he's been opening games with just walking around kind of randomly, like the AI do, but giving themselves more options without having to like settle into an area. We are
Is
getting a
this gonna get
lot of mission
done?
progress here.
Yeah, it did get done. Look at that. So we have two done. We're basically gonna win unless we're a top suspect.
Yeah, so I mean the general plan is going to be contact and seduce to finish it off, and we'll have plenty of time. And if our seduction target's going to come to us, we will continue to make this very quick progress.
Banana bread.
Good. I like the immediate banana bread. I think that's a little less suspicious. Talking right afterwards is a little bit protesting too much, I think. But good choices. I mean, just gotta not die on the third flirt, and you got the game in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the banana bread being a completely perfect banana bread, every single person, including the ambassador, who doesn't matter, was in conversation.
Very nice. I don't. Feels like a pretty typical game of Tayen, where the spy gets away with her cheeky bug and doesn't get shot for going to center statues, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, unless seduction target decides to just continually pick up the briefcase, I think we can talk about the effect that this is going to have on Gabrio. When you're coming into a game, you're already the underdog. You've already lost to this player multiple times, and then they pull off this just incredibly clean spy win. What is in your mind if you're losing the first sniper sight there, Kaylee?
I mean, this is definitely a mental toughness test in terms of it's Tayen. You cannot put yourself down for losing that game as sniper. It's Tayen. You're going to lose games like that. There are no snipers who are not going to lose games like that on Tayen. Just straight up. There's nothing you can do. In that game, maybe Gabrio could have picked up on the behavior that Sauerkraut has of fishing for the bug early on, but beyond that, I mean, you got to be willing to shoot for center statues, and that's tough to do. You just got to clear it out, get your head in the next game. It happens. It's Tayen. It's not on you.
Yeah, the bug arm was visible, by the way. Just looking at the bug at 322. You can see it, but it is like through the shoji, so it's not something that's particularly visible. And it was wrong arm, meaning it's a bit less expected if we're watching for the bug, but we're watching closer to the ambassador's body.
Yeah, looking
One,
at it, it looks almost impossible to see from the sniper's view. Like, yeah, you can see it, but like, it's time of chaos, and you would have had to been staring right at like it in particular, and staring at pearls in particular to see it. I think.
okay, Gabrio is hitting the panic button. It's the Smallman related big red button, and it's fun to press, especially on tan. Let's get it started in three, two, one, planet.
Banana bread.
That's
Oh,
an
that's
action
terrible.
priority.
I don't like that. Yeah, that's a big problem.
And it's the back conversation here. Kane is not getting a highlight. There it goes. We are highlighting, so then we have the opportunity to low light anybody who is out. Because it was so unexpected, and now we have the Purloin too. Maybe Gabriel's gonna get this Purloin.
Sauerkraut's not really guarding it. It doesn't look like. I
Yeah,
don't think he's
and
noticed that the list is gone, but now he has.
I think other than like maybe Kane who's like holding a book, there might not be too much of a reaction here. The whole beginning of this game, in part because of the accidental banana bread, has been quite unusual. And yeah, it looks like Sauerkraut's not taking too many lowlights. We have 51% flirt, and we're still next to the selection target. No green test though, 85% flirt.
Yeah, I think we busted sauerkraut on the purloin. The question is it going to be enough? Because we are not in the best position still, even so.
Yeah, and I think Sauerkraut is aware that for the people that he highlighted, it wasn't a real banana bread, meaning we can probably get banana bread and give people that credit. We can probably have somebody be credited flirt. Uh, Gabrio has the option to either play this actively or passively, and I think both still have winning chances.
I think I would prefer passively, although that might be what you expect from Smallman on Tan. But we'll see. I think both ways could go well depending on how they're executed.
Okay, not much has changed with our
Center
seduction target
statues goes
leaving.
our ST.
Could actually, they were also the one who took the list, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, and
blam.
there goes the
Okay,
shot.
so sauerkraut may be paying closer attention to the purloin than we thought because that was the taker on the purloin as well as our ST who went to center statues. So potentially sauerkraut just getting a little bit of bad luck. The person who takes the purloin ends up going to center statues. Banana bread's been said. You kind of got to take your shot there.
Yeah, I think the banana bread being fake would have given sauerkraut, but it was so early. It's such a weird thing to have to deal with, and it doesn't help sauerkraut's reasoning that the person who took the list also then did 2 cycles of the statue, really making sure that they could get the inspects. If it was only 1 cycle, maybe Cowboys able to live through that.
Yeah, it's another typical Tayen game, except this time we get the false positive instead of the false negative, basically.
Cool. We've gone from what is probably the most powerful character on Tayen to what I would argue is the least. We're playing Disney. Sauerkraut has Spy. 3, 2, 1, planet. Okay, where are we going, Sauerkraut? We,
Just
for
right in the
once,
front.
do not have a psychopath, yeah. Sauerkraut's not looking for the seduction target. I mean, if they're not in the back of the party, we know where they've got to be. They've got to be somewhere in the front, but especially with them going to the side statue, do you ever go for this middle statue, Kaylee?
Not right now. It's like one of the best. I mean, it depends on your sniper, but it's one of the best ways to get paired I can think of.
Okay, there is a seduction target. Maybe they come to us? Nope. Sauerkraut has no mission progress here. 2:30 on the clock.
Slow play
And
game it is from Sauerkraut, it looks like. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't believe there's anybody who's been to middle statues. When you're in these like super slow games, your ability to play slowly is dependent on if anybody's ever going to be a civilian shot. While
Yeah,
there
you're
have
just
been
rolling those dice.
yeah, there's a few uh, people who could be completing missions. I don't see it, and I think we are probably going to end up having a flurry of missions done if Sauerkraut's previous play is. I was expecting a BB Purloin, to be honest, there.
Fully committing so far to the slow play. are going to need to hear a banana bread at some point.
I think Sauerkraut lost a game to Pofke very recently on missing pads. He's been very greedy about making sure that he goes into the conversation. That was
Oh,
a
dirty.
fantastic bug.
Yeah, very dirty. Like it was visible, but when it fired, the spy was visibly so far away from the ambassador that you'd think, no way, was that a bug? That was very nice.
Yeah, and while the path looked a bit weird, just to be able to set up the bug, I think this is unseen. Sauerkraut does have some mission progress. The biggest issue we have really is we're not finishing our flirt. The similar question I asked earlier: do we want to go to mill statues and flirt? And
Well,
now we're
we've
doing the
got
double dip.
85% now, so we've got our double dip. We are flurrying at the end as you predicted. We're gonna get center statues done. The question is,
Are we
are
gonna
we still
3 cycle?
behind? It looks
That's
like yeah.
That's 3 cycles. That is illegal behavior in that the AI won't do it, but it is necessary if we're going to complete mission. Sauerkraut misses another pad, by the way. We are not able
That
to.
it doesn't even matter. Oh, back to oh boy, we're in trouble. So we got 37 seconds. We got fast pickup on a book here, fast flirt, but now we have 30 seconds to pick up the BB.
Okay, with the book in hand, maybe hoping that the sniper will assume that it's going to be put into the blue bookcase late. There is not many people in conversation for this banana bread, and it's a white test. It will not matter.
Fingerprints. Fingerprints for our girl boots, who indeed double dips on her fingerprints right there. So very good, interesting, very good shot. Just not the right one.
Yeah, and another seduction target is that Sauerkraut was about to give them an alibi. When would the briefcase been picked up by Boots?
Just then,
20
I
sec
think.
20
Yeah, like
seconds.
yeah, you could have delayed your
Shot
shot
at
a bit for
13.
sure. Mhm.
There wasn't too much time. Like if it was being done, actually no, the shot was at 16. They could have delayed the shot.
Yep.
So with the fingerprint taking say 2 seconds, they had about till 8 on the clock. It's 10. You definitely don't want to be messing about with your shots. But I think Gabrio, with just a small bit of impatience there, dropped a game that he could have actually had at least a random shot. There's only 2 people in for the real banana bread, so if you're really concerned about being a finish, it's a 50-50.
True. Yeah, it's hard to take that shot without the BB having come off. I think you got to wait. You really have to mistrust yourself in order to take a shot where you haven't heard BB on Tayan, I think.
I believe that's 3 spy games in a row. Mintan's going to be a map that we're going to see more spy wins, but not necessarily the way I predicted this match to start, at least until I saw the picks and bans. Gabrio as Seek. Let's get it started. 3, 2, 1, playing it.
And we get the real bad or real good, depending on which way you want to look at it. Tan slides here, all covering books.
Yeah,
Usually that's considered real good for the sniper.
I mean, the reason that the split Taiyan Shoji is good is because it makes your bugs easier. We already have the bug with the really quick in combo bug with the ambassador Disney. We have one mission in our pocket. It does mean that like swaps are gonna be worse, but if you're swapping on Taiyan, I think you're choosing
You're
one
a
of the.
genius. Oh, was that a little micro correction we did there? Did we miss that, Pat? I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, but I don't think we actually stopped our movement. While I don't think an AI would have done that, I don't think it
Yeah,
was as
it wasn't as
obviously
full
illegal as
stop. Yeah,
44% flirt is an interesting amount. It's a healthy amount. We should be able to finish in 3 pretty consistently.
yeah. It's a definitely 2 more flirts will do you kind of situation, which is fine, especially for
And
over 2 minutes left on Tayan.
gonna be looking towards the double agent with the SDA in the back conversation. If double agent comes to us, that would be fantastic, and they do.
Banana bread.
And Gabriel's right ready for it, as is Sauerkraut with the low lights. But it's not going to be too many, and there's no confirmed real. We're not going to see highlights in the front conversation because we're not sure about which DA is the true DA and which one is the SDA from the sniper side.
It was a very painful low light onto the man with the cane, who was a top suspect, had been doing a bunch of spy stuff until then. But other than that, about as good a DA contact as you can get on Tan.
Good little Pathfinder Mill statues. That is a gulp, but there's no like purloin. There's no reason we should be tracking the drink. And let's see if we can do this in 2 animation cycles. We saw a 3 cycle
Yeah, we've
last
already
time.
got greens. This is easy. We got this.
Cool.
3
And
greens.
I would prefer if we don't rush this because our seduction target. Nope, now they're free. We can get into that conversation we want, but I think we can afford going somewhere else before just jamming ourselves and talking.
A highlight for going to the bookcase, or maybe that was delayed from statues. Oh,
Okay.
now you got it. Now you're gonna chase, surely. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. It'd be a shot for flirt, and we see. Oh,
Oh, he leaves early.
is he picking
You
up the
got time. Yeah,
briefcase
just read
too?
the book. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I like this play of just sit there, read the book. Oh, why did you stop reading the book? Now you got to go somewhere.
Yeah, just read the book again. Yeah.
There you go. Hot
The
plays.
double
Hot
read,
plays.
and it's not trolling either. Like this is like
No,
the
that's
correct
how
play. We
you
have
do
to
it.
wait
Yep.
till that double agent leaves.
We got 88%. We don't have to go near him. Do your flirt.
Yep, and good timing. It's
Yep.
gonna
Not
be
right at
interrupted by
10.
Duke too, interestingly.
Yeah.
But this is 4 spy wins in a row. I don't see this shot coming off.
Nope. There it is.
I
And
know that you might disagree with me, Kaylee. I really do
Tan
love
is a
seeing a
fair and
lot of
balanced
spy.
map, and everything is great about it, and nothing's wrong with it whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about.
I love my spy fests. When spies are winning games, it's the sort of thing I want to be commentating. I know that this is almost insulting to you, where your games are always heavily
I
sniper
love.
favored.
Hey, I love spy wins. Like spy wins are some of the coolest and most exciting things in SpyParty. I just want the spy to earn the win. That's all. I'm
Yeah,
kidding, of course. This is very good spy play from both players. This is exactly how you should play Tayan. The snipers are having a rough time, but that's because Tayan's a rough map for snipers. So I think that this is, to be fair to the spies, exactly how you take advantage of the problems that the sniper has on Tayan. Very good play from both of them.
yeah, and the thing that's really consistent is these early bugs. It is going to be easier on Tayan. But even like now, where we see Sauerkraut launching the game here with our body literally inside the ambassador, we could see another early bug, and that's been like the real key for success here. Though with civilian shots, it wasn't truly like necessary for some of those wins. But I'm interested to see if these guys like clean up their chaos time, or if they
No,
decide to
yeah,
mix it up.
no. They're gonna clean it up. Not on my beloved courtyard. Like you can't get away with that here. If the sniper knows what they're doing, we will
Do it
see.
in 3, 2, 1, planet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Your reaction time just turned back and forth. Yep, sure. Go
Sauerkraut
track
was
down the ST.
1.2 seconds until he took control, and like you'll see people take control immediately in 2022, because they really want to make sure that they are having the opportunity for these super early bugs. Sauerkraut's basically cheese flirting here, 51% too.
Yep, and you can do
We
that. Mhm.
are going somewhere though.
Jam on
Not a bad
over,
pick.
get your BB. Yeah, sure, why not? Nice aggressive play on courtyard. Like to see it. Wow, that's a lot of lights. Is that all cast lighting? Not doing anything
I
now. I presume we're gonna get the BB eventually. No, we're gonna go do another seduction. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder if these are actually lights for flirting, because Courtyard does actually give you the opportunity. We don't really see it very often, because Courtyard is also very easy to camp. You just allow people to have seduce, contact, and inspect, and just
Yep.
refuse to give them the fourth mission. But we are
Delay the
seeing some
truth.
interesting highlights, and I don't believe they were for things like inspects or even fingerprints.
No, I think it was, if it was for anything, seduce.
This conversation doesn't have too much for us beyond the contacting the double agent. We're not looking to do Purloin here. We're
Many in the
just
red.
for the BB, and it's another good BB. And there's a split from Cowboy too. I'm interested to see
That
if
was a
that gets a
risky
bit
low light
tricky.
onto Irish. Irish, that was potentially a BB split from her. I would not have low lit her in that situation, but doesn't matter. Not the spy. We're gonna pull Toby over. Are we thinking about doing a uncovered purloin?
I think this
No,
actually is going to work out really well if we
it's got
do
a print
Purloin, because
on it,
Toby
probably.
would run
Yeah.
away. Yeah,
Blam. What for? That was an
it's an
adventurous shot.
it's any 4 of 7, which means without the statues swapped or the list gone, I don't think anybody in this party had fingerprint.
No, I
That
don't think so either.
That's got to be a bug or like a phantom, right? Like they could have phantom a swap, but I
Yeah.
think they'd only just picked it up.
So SpyParty continues here in SpyParty.
Yeah, is that 5 in a row? Goodness.
5 in a row. Mhm.
Okay.
Ah.
Sorry, the stream didn't hear me. That 235 teal does a bug map. Sorry.
Yeah, and I
I see
mentioned that
it. Although it is a very AI-like path, but it is a bug path.
the issue with it, and I mean, you have to be guarding the standing bugs from both teal and salmon, is this is actually defendable. You just need to be in the correct location with your laser.
Correct. Yep, you had to be on the long axis there to guard that bug and then be feeling pretty good about it. In fact, if you were there, you probably actually decrease your suspicion on teal just because that's the kind of path that a spy would never take. Because for one thing, the turns were too clean, and for another thing, that like a spy would never go out of their way to make the path look more suspicious like that by curving around in these tight angular turns.
Yeah.
Like that's a classic AI behavior, right? So if you were in the right position to guard that, I think that you actually decrease your suspicion on teal a little bit after that. But that said, if you're not looking right at it and you're not in the right angle to guard it, what can you do? I think it was a reasonable call by Gabrio to increase the suspicion. A shot. I guess you do have to take the shot when she goes to statues if you think she has, if you think she's bugged.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it on Tan. I prefer if you at least wait for the second cycle.
Yeah.
It's only 2 statues. You can definitely still do it in one cycle. But even if a spy is quick enough to do it in one cycle, they'll often do it in 2 cycles anyways, which isn't true for the AI. The AI are random. Gabrio, I mentioned at the beginning, is also inside the ambassador. I'm interested to see if this is an immediate start into the potential idea of a bug, or if they let the AI control ruin the dream. Let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Oh, no, we're just bat positioning's bad. Can't do
And
it
the
in
laser
front
was
bug.
very
Yeah,
much prepared for it immediately.
as well you should be.
I would have liked a time ad here. I know we're a bit
I
close,
you
so we're
know
not
yeah, I
looking
was
at jumping,
just
but
thinking it was about time for a nice spicy time ad right when you said that. We were standing at the window, the laser was doing a bunch of other stuff, and I was thinking, a time ad wouldn't be bad here.
I will give you some secret sauce. I feel that every single person has like this time ad timer, and it just starts in the 4th match when
You're
like.
not wrong. That's exactly right. I think that's the time when if you haven't time added before, you time add then. Just do it.
But it's a problem because I think that instinctually, maybe not like consciously until I've just said it, but
The
instinctually
sniper's
people
like, oh, this is
have
when
it
the
in
time
their
ad would
mind.
happen. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's why you
Uh,
just time ad in the very beginning. Every time. Just go for it. Oh, this is an interesting strat.
Yeah, really, players are getting better on the spy side of just finding ways to shave off seconds while still keeping their etiquette clean.
Yeah,
I know back in
I like that.
our day, you could do whatever you wanted and it was fine. Just broke animations, and unless you're playing KCM or something, you don't get shot. Um, Now it's a lot of like quickly leaving after flirts, just trying to milk a few extra seconds so you can have better options there in the last 30 seconds.
I don't like going to this CC. I think I would have rather had uh the seduce progress here. Yeah, we're chasing the DA around.
If we're gonna go over to this banana bread, I also would have liked a banana bread in that first conversation to set up
Yeah.
more confusion for the second one. Um, People get into a
Banana
habit
bread.
of having these one contact games just be, and it as it should be. You really shouldn't be doing too many fakes. But when you have an opportunity where every conversation's full and you know that you're going to go to the contact the DA shortly, it definitely rises up your numbers for like match play or your reputation for banana breads and ability to fake.
I
I
didn't
think
hate
we're
that
in
convo
trouble.
entry for being right next to the AMBA, but I did hate it for denying yourself the chance to green flirt because we are running very low on time. We are in the standard issue bad courtyard position where we have to do our hard tell or our inspect or whatever, or excuse me, our fingerprint or whatever, and we just don't have the time. Like, it would have meant a lot if we'd been able to get that flirt in as a green. We hit the white test anyway, so no big deal. But like, I would have liked to see the right next to Irish flirt.
Yeah.
And now we're
Uh,
burning time. We're doing nothing.
Queen was being watched for the swap. There is the potential for a civilian shot. The seduction target leaving and then getting bounced is awful because the briefcase is also here. We might never get the opportunity. Are we going for a 0-second time ad? I don't believe that we're just going to time out this game.
I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're not finishing missions by 0 without time adding. Yeah, here it is.
And the laser is just
That's
sitting on us.
very obvious. And goodbye. Yep.
We saw a sniper win. It took literally every second +1 for it to happen. But after 5 spy wins, Sauerkraut does find the shot. And it felt like Gabrio going and falling into some old ways. I know Gabrio has had issues previously with time. I was happy to see the quick flirts and leaves. Those sort of things have definitely helped him out. And even despite doing it, he still ran into time trouble here, I think, with just a bit of indecisiveness in the last minute.
In some ways, that can create a sense of complacency when you get that immediate green flirt. In the first 3 seconds, you're like, "Oh, I'm so far ahead. I can burn tons of time." And then before you know it, you burn 2 minutes and you're dead in the water. Like I think, like I would have liked to see him step on the gas actually after hitting that seduce rather than slowing down. It took us like a straight like half a minute to do banana bread after that, or after we did our inspects rather. Like we just burnt a lot of time here and there, and then in the last minute of the game, we just burnt a ton of time. Like we got our flirt, which could have been a green flirt and been done, and we just kind of sat in a convo doing nothing for way too long with the time ticking down, I think.
I think we might have been afraid of how much heat we had after going to statues, but that's a conscious choice, and you need to be able to live with the fact that you went to statues in the first
Yeah.
minute.
That's kind of the point of doing your early statues. You're just gonna go to early statues and make no apologies for it and just continue on.
Sauerkraut, I think, is a big Disney fan. I've had arguments about this because I think Disney's hands are stupid and big and make bugs really easy to see. But Sauerkraut disagrees. He's gonna play Disney again in 3, 2, 1, playing it. Come on, Sauerkraut. Just kind of hoping the ambassador gets nearer to us, but gives up on it, and it's a weird little stutter step.
That's fine.
It's fine. But if people start realizing that Sauerkraut is just messing about at
Doing
the beginning of
janky
every
early
game,
paths, yeah, it's a bit of a
what are
tell.
you up
Need
to?
to
This
need to
is.
hashtag mix it up a bit. Oh boy, bug path, but no bug.
I think we're too close. Like the ambassador's gonna leave us.
Yeah, it's gonna be personal space. Yep, there it is.
The I think the best place in the game to be in the first minute is near the ambassador, but not so near that you push them away, and your seduction target is on your other shoulder. Um, it's just a lovely place to be able to take the bug whenever you think the sniper's not watching.
I
Oh, we
think in
still have
general
sniper
that's an,
alert.
an underrated play is to be within bug range of the ambassador, but not violating personal space and just sitting there.
Yeah,
Like the fact that that's the least suspicious way. I mean, that's way less suspicious than taking a bug path, but just as advantageous, I would say. In fact, in some
yeah.
ways, it's better because you get to control when you fire the bug and have it take. The downside, of course, is that standing bugs are generally a lot worse than walking bugs.
Sauerkraut picked that statue up immediately, like he was really hoping to be able to swap it. But the laser was like sitting over us. Not sure if Gabrio clocked that. We're swapping anyways.
Oh, we're not checking it. Gabrio not checking it. Still not seen. Seen now.
Uh,
If we noticed it, which it doesn't look like we did. It was on camera, but I don't think we noticed that the swap had occurred. What is this path?
well, we were trying to follow our seduction target,
We
who
walked
the
into a
seduction
full
got
CC.
canceled,
Yeah,
and then are now just chilling with the double agent. If we were to contact now, it would be 3, 4 reels.
yeah, it would not be great, but we don't know that necessarily.
And with the swap, oh come on.
You love to see it,
I've made a living off this.
but
Even
you
like
gotta
back,
you gotta guard that. As soon as you see the Amba taking that path, your eyes should go right to Disney and like
yeah,
watch that hand. Yeah, you gotta know that's trouble.
even with
So,
old art courtyard, so like back in SCL 2,
oh
that was
yeah,
still powerful, but
that's it was so powerful that every sniper guarded it. It was the thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like you're never gonna get away with it. So free game. When you have bug and when you have swap and the sniper doesn't notice, you're gonna win on this map generally. Venue.
Yeah.
Banana bread.
Oh, BM
Ooh,
banana. Oh,
5 missions. Let's
rude.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have got it if he didn't hit the green, so it's
Yeah.
a skill check. The thing here is the swap, right? Like, what happened there?
Just wasn't guarded. Like if it was noticed, which I couldn't really tell, if it was ever noticed, it was noticed way too late. Way too late. Just didn't get around. Just not efficient camping. Didn't see the swap until it was way too late. Didn't get any information out of it, and not in position to guard the really strong bug, which you had noticed was coming because the Amba was taking the really bad sus path, and you just got to be on top of that. So just a couple of hard tell failures. There is all it
Yeah,
is.
it's just a weird. Like, I think it's just one of those bug or swaps that just happened right at the worst time to do a swap, just the middle of the game, not much happening. But enough was happening that Gabrio didn't catch it immediately, and I'm not sure he like memorized statues correctly. It's a bit late for Gabrio to be in chat, but I'm interested what happened there. Sauerkraut does take a lead with a Spy not winning games.
Yep.
We do actually have a bit of a gap being made, but maybe Gabrio can bring it back here with Alice in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Good
Where are
old
we off to?
Alice.
It feels like we're chasing the seduction
Chasing,
target, but
yeah,
we
we're
are
chasing.
so
Oh
thirsty.
no.
Sauerkraut, you gotta be shooting for some of these early bugs, man.
Oh man, that was not a bug you should ever try either. Like you can, that's never going to work. And if it does work, the sniper is probably going to shoot you for it. There, we didn't die, thank goodness, but that we didn't get any reward for our extremely risky play.
Yeah, and the reason to play Pearls as Ambassador, by the way, there we go. There's the late highlight.
Yeah,
The reason to do Pearls Ambassador is in the instances that you play Orange Sorry, you can get bugs like that you really don't deserve when both characters are incredibly slow.
but Alice is never going to
Alice
get
is
that
not
bug.
that. Yeah.
And Alice is never, ever going to get that bug. Like unless you practically helicopter to stay in range, you're never ever going to get that bug. Good
33%
recovery
on
though.
flirt, and
Getting nice progress.
I think that was a hidden highlight though. I think that was one of those highlights that you just do well late to just hide the fact that you did see the hardtail. And given how well Sauerkraut's been playing both in SCL and then also recently in the SMC, uh, that's pretty consistent with what we've been seeing with top players. They don't really want to give the game away to their opponent if they don't have to.
Like you could have shot for that if you had seen it, but it might be that Sauerkraut's just playing it cool.
Looks like we're gonna be timer flirting this. It's okay.
Yeah, again, not where we want to be. Like we're coming up on 90. Yeah, we're at 90 seconds, and we have no missions.
I
And we
think
will have very
Gabrio
shortly flirt, but that's not what you want to be.
might also be afraid of time ads if he just got shot for a time ad. Obviously, it was like a weird situation just at the end of the game. It's not like doing it right now. But I struggle to believe that Gabrio is going to just walk up to the window and do two time ads unless he feels forced to.
Yeah,
Seduction
I
target,
see.
we
I
are
see. I tend to be more persuaded that Sauerkraut thinks Gabrio's suspicious now because he's baiting a swap um, from Alice. But now we're in trouble. 50 seconds left. Haven't done BB and need to do our difficult to tell.
I mean, if you want to look innocent, this is the most innocent place in the whole map. It's just an empty conversation with 40 seconds left. We
Do
do
we
have
notice
finishing
how
chances.
Sauerkraut is always like across from Gabrio? Like Sauerkraut is spending so much time not directly on Gabrio, with Gabrio just in their peripheral vision. Oh,
Three,
that's a
2, 1, plant.
yeah, that'll do it. Nice try, nice fake green, but like yeah, I feel like Alice was a pretty prime suspect the whole game.
Yeah, Sauerkraut was a bit hesitant on that shot, despite the fact that I think uh, they were very much on to Alice throughout the whole game.
The
Uh,
problem with that play from Gabrio is even if it works, right? Even if it works and you don't get shot, you still have to BB, right? Like you still have to BB, and you're going to have to do a real good job framing the would-be white swapper to even have a 50-50 chance at winning.
yeah, I'm wondering if we even wanted the green here, because the green test ends up being like triggering over time. I think the majority of the time there.
Yeah, I agree.
So Gabrio now having two time trouble after a good spy start, at least on Taeyen. Now we come into Gallery, which is a monstrous map if you're playing a slow spy or like a slow character, or you are a slow spy.
Nothing
Sauerkraut
worse.
is
Other than
picking a
modern,
quick
maybe.
character at least. With Disney again in 3, 2, 1, playing it.
Is that the third Disney of this set? Yeah,
I think it's the third Disney in this set, and I think it's in a row from Sauerkraut. I think he
Well,
did
we
it.
know that Disney loves trilogies.
Unlike Valve. I heard somewhere that Portal 3 might be in the works. I don't know. Is this something I
I'd be
dreamt of?
shocked.
I don't know. It sounds exciting.
I heard that Half-Life 3 is coming out soon.
Me
It's
too.
just what I heard somewhere.
Yeah, Twitter or something. I don't remember. Sauerkraut not going for the Purloin here. We haven't seen a Purloin yet, I don't believe. But 34% here with the Flirt. And we are in the buggy spot. Ambassador decides to go the other way. Now we're questing? What are we doing with this?
Getting a fingerprint.
Ah.
Yeah, there's a print on. Yep, there it is. Oh, but no dice.
This is the biggest thing. I know you're probably rusty too, Kaylee. Not doing competitive on the regular. Oh, we're in the
Nice.
bug spot, and it's a bug.
Beautiful.
I don't think Gabrio's shot Sauerkraut for a bug yet. So Sauerkraut is just pulling off these quality bugs. And while as much as I love to insult Disney's sandy bugs, these like behind the back bugs, the reverse drive-bys, if you will, from Disney are actually quite powerful, especially if you lowlight the ambassador.
The old behind the back bug is always very strong. You just got to
Okay,
guard it better. That's all. That's all there is to it. As Gabri, you just got to watch those people who are walking near the, or not walking, who the Amba is walking near.
68% flirt. We're gonna try and make a little bit of space so we don't get anywhere near the ambassador as we make our way outside. Probably to visit this double agent. No, circling back.
Painting time.
That's a nice painting. Which
That's
yellow
okay.
painting?
Oh, which yellow painting? Oh
Yeah,
man.
the big one or the small one?
I think the small one, or excuse me, the big one, the one he was at. That's the good yellow painting. But why would you visit that one when the objectively best painting in the gallery is right next to it? You know.
Ah, true. Okay.
BB
Our
time, surely.
SDA just settled. Not that Sauerkraut would know that. If it with wheels leaving, this does look like a really rough banana bread if we do decide to take it. Okay, don't even have the opportunity. With the double agent leaving, we are out of here. And for what looked like good progress, a pretty decently quick 68% and a bug in pocket, we are now looking like we need a bit of help. Only 7
Yeah,
seconds
we're
left on the clock.
suffering. I really did not like the play of not taking the BB. Yeah, it's not a great BB, not that we know that, but I think he had to try it.
We got paid off though. It
Yeah,
was because
rewarded.
the double agent then came back to this back conversation, and we left immediately. Notably,
The
Sauerkraut
question
has
is, how are we going to
preemptively
finish?
back.
We could try to cover the old Purloin BB trick. We could try to do the late cheese transfer.
If this is
In the red.
rejected by Smallman, you can purloin.
Yeah.
It is not.
Low lights, low lights, low lights. So what'll it be, Sauerkraut? Oh, we low light Duke. That's an interesting choice. I didn't.
We
So are we
are well
swapping
blocking this
potentially?
statue. We are very close to it.
Are we going to instant or do one cycle? We're going to do one cycle. I like that choice. I think that's good. Swap right now. Yep, there it is.
Bit late
Put
to
it
be honest.
down. Stand there. Stand there as long as you can get away with. Although now you're evil. Yeah. We maybe got punished for standing there a little too long because that's the exact amount of time a spy would stand there to try to justify. I think the play that I would have liked better would be to do the swap, not immediately put it down, but suffer through the second cycle, right? Just
Yeah.
hope that the sniper doesn't see the second cycle, and then do your delay, because that would have bought you, the 2 or 3 extra seconds that you need to win that game. And yeah, it's risky, of course. The sniper can see it, but if the sniper's on top of you and notices that you're doing the suspicious spy standing there just a little too long trick, they're going to snapshot you, just as occurred here. So well played by Sauerkraut. Gave himself a good chance to win. Just I think the only critique I have is just do the second cycle while holding it after swapping.
Yeah, I think mechanically you can also swap it like a second or two earlier. I'd say almost 2 to 3 seconds earlier, and that just gives them
Yes.
less of a chance to see it. Though I think it would have still come through with when Gabrio shot it, because the sniper was on it, despite not having any highlights except for Smallman.
True.
Okay, let's move on to Gabrio, who did get a sniper win. That's a big deal. We haven't seen too many of those from Gabrio, and now needs to just
Do it anyway, though. You got to do this.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, perfect. Like if the game is going to give you free real estate like that, you got to take it. Like that was perfect.
Yeah, and I like the way that we waited for it. Ambassador was never safe. It should definitely still be considered as something that is a threat. But
Yep.
at some point, you need to memorize these statues. There's two of them, those fools picking those statues up. And if you just watch the Ambassador for the 10 seconds that Seek is next to them, you're going to lose to some microfilms, some purloins, and some
So true. So very
swaps.
true. And they say camping is easy.
Do they? Who says that?
Some people say that. I've heard it.
I'm the biggest detractor, and I don't say that. Camping's hard as heck. That's why I don't do it.
It is actually very hard. Seduction canceled. Wheels bailed on us. What to do?
Gabrio, this is not a time to read the book twice. Please don't. Thank you. Interesting. We're just gonna return the book.
Whoa!
We are.
What was that? I don't get it. What were we doing there?
Honestly, I think if Gabrio had just stood there for the next 2.5 minutes, Sauerkraut would be like, "Yep, that's a bugged AI." That was so wacky, but it looked like just something broke.
It did look like something broke. I have no idea what the idea was there, other than to look like a bugged AI.
Yeah, bugged, but in this case, being like broken, like not programmed correctly.
Yep.
Maybe the ambassador can come near us so we can have a bugged bug AI, but it's not too likely. I love usernames, by the way. Shoutouts to the man who just joined our lobby. Uh, brilliant. Okay,
You
bug in
have to fill me
pocket.
in. I don't know which one it is.
They're all awful. It's great. I can't even say it. We're streaming. Gabrio,
Oh dear.
please hit the 51. You need it. Thank you. I don't think Gabrio had too many opportunities there to finish without a time ad, and might still do one here. If we don't at the 51. This is pretty classic. You're going to see a lot of snipers just looking at the back of the party, so you can leave to this window and then come flirt again. I don't know why we're not taking the opportunity to finish the flirt.
Gabrio is just sometimes allergic to making mission progress for free when he should. Just do it.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
and Sauerkraut's so good at it. It's really just been a difference. Like on Tayen, it didn't really matter, right? Gabrio is so close to the missions that anything that he was doing was successful. Here you need to be finishing the flirt. If you're not doing it then why are you visiting that window? Just to make the consideration.
List vanishes now, and yeah, looks like Sauerkraut's seen it.
Yeah, with a
Not a
low
lot of
light
lights
taking
coming off.
two.
Or maybe not. We're highlighting statue visitors.
Even if we hit the white test earlier, if we'd visited wheels again, this would be a finish. And now 68%
Well,
does mean flirt is definitely possible, but we need to get moving.
yeah, we do. And we need banana bread, too. And right now, where is Alice? Oh, there she is. We're chasing her outside. Oh, she's going to read. We're in trouble.
I think
Like,
this
you
is
gotta go get your flirt done right now.
this is flirt and
Right
purloin,
now.
right?
Yeah.
And that's a
Well,
take.
no,
So
purloin's done. We did
Purloin's done. We're in
purloin.
trouble.
Yeah. So we have to get this flirt, and we don't stand within
Has to
flirt
be
range.
green.
That's problematic already. We're gonna lose this game if we don't green. Okay, we're gonna lose this game. Like, Gabrio, gotta put yourself in position to win. No reason to bite on that.
You're returning
Yeah,
the list, sir. You
yeah,
already did that one.
just you gotta get the small things done. Like if we had had that earlier seduce, we're in better shape. I think the trouble with that mission is that, or with that end of that game, is that there's no way that banana bread is going to happen because Alice is just not
Yeah.
cooperating. So we could have picked that up earlier. We could have picked up seduce earlier. Like as soon as we walk into the convo and we don't green, the game is lost. Like, we should have given ourselves at least a shot by walking into range so that we could panic do another mission. But as it is, we can't even panic do another mission because we didn't finish flirt. We got to give ourselves the chance to finish missions.
And
And yeah, I
Sauerkraut
get this. The spot was taken, but you just force your way in there. Stand next to Rocker or something.
Sauerkraut has not been lethal. We've been getting away with a lot of bugs. We have not been getting shot for these purloins, though that was a green. Like if you're testing the sniper, he's not been playing as cleanly as we've seen him play in other sets. Uh, it's just the only test here was purloin and a banana bread at 5 seconds enough to shoot, and it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, Sauerkraut has one earned sniper win basically, where like he shot us for swapping on Courtyard, and other than that, it's just been we just been running out of time. Like we've been taking the opportunity to do stuff and then not doing stuff for a long time and then losing because we didn't do enough stuff.
I swear, every time I launch into a game, the spy is just in the middle of the ambassador. We'll see if it pays off here. It did last round, so let's do it in three, two, one. Playing it.
New
Oh, we had
strat:
a
just
drink in
shoot whoever spawns closest to the ambat from here on out.
hand. I I wish there was like some sort of logic with a set where like certain characters, not necessarily the idea of having like general grab more drinks, the sort of things that are actually in Checker's mind about where the game will go, but it would be funny if just every game Irish decides that she wants to go to statues just for that particular set, and you could behaviorally figure out
Pick up
what
on
the
that.
AI's favorite things
Oh,
are.
it'd be so much effort to pick up on. Now,
Oh yeah.
library is the map where you should be in the mindset of just doing free stuff as spy where you have it, right? Like, because that's
Yep.
the map of all maps where you do that. So I want to see Gabrio get into that library mindset, not only on library but on other maps as well. Sauerkraut doing a great job of it, right? Like, cheese for it, cheese for it, cheese for it. Go do something else. It seems to be the plan right now. Here we're going to pick up the DA for free. I'd be shocked if he didn't take it. And boom, 2 missions just like that, with almost 4 minutes left to go.
Yeah, this banana bread is actually getting better as time goes on, but there is an empty conversation, and both the STAs are out, so it would actually be interesting to see if Gabrio has a good reaction. We are well covered. Interestingly, Wheels, while not being Smallman, is at least lower elevation than every other character. Um, I'm
Yeah, I
wondering
think
if we're
Sauerkraut really doesn't like the BB right now, and is looking around the party and seeing that it's not the best time. Might be getting a little picky, but has the time to burn on the perfect BB if he wants to.
yeah.
May,
There's nothing
maybe
for us
starting to
except
wait a
for the
little
idea of
too
a
long at
contact.
this point.
I mean, to be fair to him, both the SDAs have been just messing about, not going into conversation. uh, the instinct to just wait on the banana bread, while we definitely could be doing
Banana
something
bread.
else.
Whoa!
That's jumpy. What happened there?
Yeah, it was a very adventurous shot. What did happen there?
Oh, Ambassador's just waiting. Oh no, just phantom microfilm.
Huh. Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, that
Sometimes you
is,
phantom a hardtop.
unless you like don't think that Alice is on the pad there, but I mean she is quite comfortably. It's got to be a phantom, or Gabrio is just done with this set. I mean, the game set's not over. Gabrio doesn't get to play the spy, but just a rough game there for sniper library. You do not need to be shooting that quickly, even if
No.
you're seeing head turns. Like you can
Based
hold
on the
your
timing, I
concentrate.
think the shot occurs before. I mean, the shot must occur before he hears the BB, because otherwise he could have hard low lit Alice.
Yeah, the second
Yeah,
game that a banana bread has happened just too late for Gabrio to be saved by just giving an alibi to the person he wants to shoot.
yep.
So it's
A little
interesting.
bit of bad luck.
Gabrio, yeah, Gabrio on the spy side slows down, but Gabrio on the sniper side speeds up. Usually you see players do one or the other, and it's unhealthy. It's not a good way to be. Those are the two ways, the directions you don't want to be going.
I
Let's watch
think
some
that
Gabrio.
the mature play is like to be overly patient as sniper and to
Yeah,
be overly aggressive as spy. Like that's the side you want to err on as both
yeah.
of those roles.
Gabrio, spy. It's now match point here for Sauerkraut for a place in silver. Let's get it done in 3, 2, 1, playing it. We know Gabrio's got the capability. He's beaten Sauerkraut in this set before. He's given Sauerkraut hassle in previous sets, so I don't think he's actually beaten him recently. It's just gotta be doing more of what we did at the beginning of the set. This is
Yeah, I like it.
fine. Yeah,
It's
this is
fine.
good.
Not seen at all. Totally fine. I love it.
Yeah, I think
Put it back. Get out of there.
the solidness of it, right, is just the ambassador and Toby are just chilling on the right side of the party. If they're not being watched, the next scariest thing is just checking for swaps on the other side. Um, just a well-timed microphone. What are we doing here with the flirt? It looks
Gonna get a
like it
flirt
should
done.
be like 50 or 49.
It's a fine. It's okay.
Oh,
And we green test it. Easy peasy.
This is an interesting
Green
purloin if
test the
you take it and
purloin.
reject it.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's even
And
seen. Yeah.
Pearls is a bit close to the pillar, which means that could actually be considered a Pearls purloin if you only caught a flash of it. But you're going to run away from this
Oh.
thing because it is being taken.
I think he needed to run away a little bit earlier because there he was seen running
come
away
on.
right when the purloin happened.
That's not flirting. Do we not have it on? There's our flirt cooldown.
Bingo.
Oh, come on.
Oh, brutal.
So seduction target like pathed aggressively to be next to us.
Oh,
So much so and
heartbreaker.
so aggressively that our
What
cooldown.
a tease.
I mean, some girls play hard to get, right?
That's
like,
right.
I wish.
Mom is a taken woman. Thank you very much.
Does any character have a wedding ring?
Yeah, that's a good
I don't
question.
think
I never
I
thought
don't think
about
they
that.
do. I think they've all come to this party
They're all
single and ready
single.
to mingle.
Yeah.
Does Blink count? I mean, he's not a woman, but
Is that a wedding ring though?
I mean,
I'm
he's
not
a
sure.
doctor.
In any event,
He's
Gabrio
a
doing
young
well.
doctor. There's no chance he's married.
Get this green flirt. Get this green flirt. And then go do books. Or better yet, maybe you do center and specs after you do books, but you're going to potentially get shot for doing that. Ideal would be if we could sneak a bug in somewhere, but that's going to be hard.
Yeah, I think the idea, right, is microfilm before doing things like center statues.
We're hunting a case set, yeah. So I like fingerprint. Fingerprint's actually probably one of the better choices.
And we have enough time for it, right? 2 minutes left on the clock.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Now I think what we do is we wait till Amba puts that book back, get the fingerprint off that book, and do microfilm and win.
So how does
Yeah.
everyone wait time out in this game?
Easy. We've got a minute and 45. The Amba's gonna put that book back pretty soon. When the Amba puts that book back, we go, we pick up the book, fingerprint, just slide that microfilm on in, preferably take it somewhere not near the Amba, and off we go.
I was gonna say, I thought seduction target was gonna follow us for a third time, but she might still come in here, knowing what she's been like.
What is that Jedi?
Late highlight.
What is that? For doing what? I don't get that one at all. I don't understand Sauerkraut's highlights. Oh, we're just gonna get the fingerprint. We're gonna force it, sure.
Double briefcase is a bit ugly. That's not where the ambassador is. That's
Nope,
cute.
that's bad. Okay, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. Oh dear.
So AI will step out of a conversation if they just want to put the briefcase down, but they're not allowed to.
What are we doing now, though?
Are we
Get a
trying
book.
to do like microfilm at the last second?
No, get a book. Don't,
This is
staff.
if you grab the one that's
Go to
closest
books.
here, the blue bookcase.
Go to books.
You've
No,
forgotten that you
no, no, no. Oh God. Oh no, Gabrio. No.
I think Gabrio's just forgotten he had a microfilm in pocket.
Get the green swap and then die bailing out too early. Oh. I like the try. Like obviously we clank it and we die, but if you're gonna green swap it and you do green swap it, then get out of there before you're seen. Just do the microfilm though. Like microfilm, no one's guarding microfilm in the last 15 seconds. Go for it.
Yeah. And the
Ah,
thing with the microfilm too, this is set by the way. Congratulations to Sauerkraut.
yeah, well
We
played.
got to get our GGs done, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. But regarding this game, right at the end of the game, Blue Bookcase is far away from the ambassador, far away from Toby, and is not particularly
Yeah,
near
there's
any of the
nothing
statue sets.
there. Like, obviously, if he sees you, you die. But like, the amp is not going to be looking, or the sniper is not going to be looking over there. The instant you go to bookcase, unless you're playing a real top tier sniper, like they're gonna look somewhere else, right? Because no, they're gonna think there's no way. Like, I'm gonna lose to like manual transfer in the last 10 seconds, and
And
that's the beauty.
if you are so hot that you're gonna get shot for the microfilm, you'll also get shot for the swap.
You definitely get shot for the swap.
I
Now
mean,
that
you're gonna
that
get shot for
that
the clank
swap
if anything, but
that swap that Gabrio did, to be fair to Gabrio, is the swap you don't get shot for.
yeah.
Because there was a lot of attention over on the other side. We get away with the swap. We just try to leave a little too early and get busted for it. Whereas if we got away with that and walked away, I think there's a strong chance we win that game.
Yeah. Interesting stuff there. I like seeing effort, right? Like we saw Gabrio just not making the effort in the previous few games. Sauerkraut is still a very good player, and now will be a very good player in silver. We are moving up the medals, and Sauerkraut's doing it at a rapid pace,
Yep.
with the ability to play a lot of Spy Party and just get promoted. That's been Sauerkraut's MO. We've seen it with Rov and Diamond too, and I believe that'll be a match that we have in the future too.